Até mesmo o mundo secular tem percebido algo de estranho em Greta Thunberg. Eles ainda não sabem bem do que se trata, mas ficam assustados com alguns aspectos da situação em que ela se encontra. Com razão reclamam dos pais, que ao que parece estão sendo no mínimo negligentes com ela, pois o lugar dessa menina deveria ser na escola, e não matando aula e viajando pelo mundo para salvar o planeta, entre aspas, claro, pois sabemos que esse mundo não tem salvação. Veja o que diz a Bíblia sobre o fim do mundo. Esse é o destino desse mundo. Será consumido por fogo. Não há salvação para esse mundo de pecado. Veja o que Ezra Levant descobriu sobre Greta.
You say you love your children above all else, and yet you are stealing their future in front of their very eyes.
A 15-year-old in Sweden has missed class every Friday since August to sit outside her country's parliament, and she's been calling on others around the world to do the same.
Adults keep saying, we owe it to the young people to give them hope. But I don't want your hope. I don't want you to be hopeful. I want you to panic. I want you to feel the fear I feel every day. And then I want you to act.
You see what I mean about creepiness? Now, she is dressed up as a very young girl most of the time, childlike pigtails, but she's actually 16 already. She presents as a much younger girl on purpose, and she has a creepy adult style juxtaposed with her tender years look. She's got the darting eyes. I'm not mocking her, but I have since learned that I didn't know the first time I did a story about her, is that she's mentally ill. I don't mean her Asperger's, and I don't mean that she has other permanent mental conditions. I'm saying that she suffered clinical depression, that's what I mean. And she was suicidal. At least that's what her parents and promoters say. But they push her out there with this creepy apocalyptic message because she's this huge PR and financial success. But look at this. I don't know if she wrote this. I doubt it, frankly, but she says these things all the time, so maybe she wrote it. You saw her talking about she wants people to panic. That's not a normal, healthy thing for a young girl to say, a young girl who was suicidal. Look at this, just a random selection from her Twitter account. A new UN report concludes that 1 million, she wrote, species risk extinction because of human activity, and that the destruction of nature threatens humanity. And yet this is not top news. As long as it continues like this, as long as the media fails to take responsibility, we stand no chance. We stand no chance. This girl has said that there's no point going to school since we're all going to die in a few years. That's why she started the climate strike, where she doesn't go to school. Obviously, kids can't decide not to go to school. Parents take them, teachers take them. Obviously, this was stage managed by her parents. Kids are not autonomous. So when I say she went on strike, I mean her pageant mom and pageant dad. They're longtime hucksters. They're in the entertainment business. They're promoters. They don't have a beauty pageant daughter. Almost the opposite. They have a daughter with various illnesses, so they say, including mental illnesses, including suicide thoughts and tendencies. But boy, they know how to market just like any pageant mom, do they? Let me read a bit about how creepy her parents are. I'm not blaming the girl here. I'm blaming her parents who push a suicidal girl out to talk about the apocalypse. Let me quote from this story. According to her mother, Malena Ernman, 48, 16-year-old Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg can see CO2 with the naked eye. She writes it in the book, Scenes from the Heart, Our Life for the Climate, which she wrote with her family. Greta was diagnosed as a child with obsessive-compulsive disorder and Asperger's syndrome, just like her younger sister Beata. The activist also has a photographic memory. She knows all the capitals by heart and can list all the chemical elements of the periodic table within 1 minute. That's very quick because there's over 100. In addition, she has another gift, according to her mother. Quote, Greta is able to see what other people cannot see, writes Milena Ernman in the book. She can see carbon dioxide with the naked eye. She sees how it flows out of chimneys and changes the atmosphere in a landfill. Now, I'm not sure what to believe. It's possible for a smart kid to name all the capitals. That's one of those parlor tricks. It's possible to name all the elements. That's not really creepy, but it's trying pretty hard. You can believe that at parties, her parents trot her out and ask her to do those tricks to entertain their friends. That's a bit weird. It's a bit creepy. But seeing carbon dioxide, CO2, it's actually not possible. CO2 is invisible. It's a trace gas, 400 parts per million. You can't see your breath, which is 40,000 parts per million CO2. When it's cold outside, you can see your breath, but you're seeing the moisture, the water vapor. That's not CO2. CO2 has no color. It cannot be seen with the human eye. So maybe we can't believe a word these creepy parents say about anything. But we have to go by it. They say their daughter is mentally ill and was suicidal, and thus she has been deployed to infect other children with the same mental illness of depression and despair.
E não são apenas seus pais que apoiam essa loucura toda. O próprio Papa tem demonstrado apoio e recrutou Greta como sua porta-voz, pois é ela quem vai levar a mensagem da sua encíclica Laudato Si a todo o mundo. Nessa encíclica, o Papa defende a guarda do domingo, como uma solução para o aquecimento global e as mudanças climáticas.
Hi, my name is Greta Thunberg. I'm a climate activist, and I just met with Pope Francis, and he was very kind, and he told us that we should continue like we do now, and he supports the school strike, the big school strike that is happening on May 24th, which also happened to be on the anniversary of Laudato Si. And so I urge you to join the climate strike, and we will take it to the streets, and we will continue to fight for our future until the politicians do something.
Desde que Greta leve sua mensagem, o Papa não liga para sua saúde mental ou física. Tampouco se importa com a matação de aulas e os efeitos disso tudo em outras crianças mundo afora, através do exemplo de Greta Thunberg. Isso se chama pragmatismo, no mínimo, ou seja, os fins justificam os meios. Primeiro se cria o pânico, depois se apresenta uma solução. Esse é o plano.